You're listening to the PRO Media Network. The next level in entertainment.
You're listening to the Pelicans post-game report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
For all things Pelicans, you're listening to the Pelican post-game report on the PRO Media Network. I'm Big Q, and co-hosting with me via Skype is DC. Hi, how you doing there, friend? Big streak. Big streak, man. Wouldn't have it no other way, man, to have this winning streak running at us. Pelicans looking damn good, man. 10-game winning streak by the New Orleans Pelicans. 10 games.
Marathon. One the streak.
Pretty much so, and it's feeling good too, but I ain't gonna even lie, man. But we're gonna give that crowd, our people tuning in across the Pelican fandom, a round of applause for joining us, for all our supporters over this couple of years that we've been doing the Sports Coma and the Pelican Post-Game Report. We'd like to say thank you for your support, thank you for sharing, and also your donations as well. Coming into podcast 158.
Good time to be a Pelicans fan, man.
Good time. We the bandwagon is open, and we're getting a lot of people starting to jump on that sucker. So that's for the fair
Not
weather
enough,
Pelicans
man.
fan.
We ain't getting enough press, man. Not enough.
That's why we're here. That's why we're here.
Us up.
That's right. That's why we're here at the Pelican Post-Game Report to cover our team and to give them all the press that they need. But anyway, Pelican Post-Game Report, episode 158 on the podcast. And in this podcast, we'll be recapping the Pelicans' wins over the Clippers and the Kings with stats, facts, and breakdowns. We'll have interviews from Coach Alvin Gentry, Anthony Davis, Jrue Holiday, and Nikolai Mirotic as they'll chime in with thoughts on the games. We also, in today's show, we'll have the rundown brought to you by theposhlifestyle.com, not just the website, but a lifestyle. Put in the Sports Coma, all lower caps, to get 10% discount on your final purchase at www.theposhlifestyle, life spelled with a Y, L-Y-F-E style.com. Here's the rundown. AD MVP talk. We'll be going over that. A lot of people are really starting to get it as Anthony Davis's play is just borderline legendary at this juncture of time. We'll get into that one. How much credit does Al Gentry get?
Man, the stats he putting up.
How much credit does Al Gentry get in along with this 10-game winning streak? And this is the perfect system that Al Gentry was selling to the Pelicans when he first came on. We'll talk about how much credit does Al Gentry deserve. We'll also talk about Jrue Holiday. Jrue Holiday balanced clutch play. We'll talk about Jrue's clutch play. Nikolai Mirotic, beyond outstanding. He is just turned out to be a perfect fit for the Pelicans. We'll delve into that topic. Anthony Davis, AD's injury, we'll talk about that and give you the latest update. Matter of fact, we'll play Anthony Davis for you so that you can hear what he says about his injury. We'll also talk about no national attention, as DC made mention to earlier. No national, not that much attention on the Pelicans' winning streak as well, and we'll cover that issue. And then on the back end of the podcast, when you're not all stuffed with Pelican topics, we'll cover and preview with stats, facts, and prediction the Washington Wizards matchup that the Pelicans come home for three games. They'll face off first with the Washington Wizards, a very difficult team in the East. And we'll break that game down. It's a possibility Anthony Davis he's listed as doubtful for that contest. We'll see if he plays. Now let's get right into it, DC, with the topics. Recapping the Pelicans' wins over the Clippers. They were able to knock off the Clippers 121-116 in the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. Anthony Davis put up 41 points. He also led the team with 13 rebounds. Jrue Holiday had a double-double, 17 assists, the lead his club, his Pelicans, took it to him They led by as many as 20 points in this contest. They committed just 8 turnovers in the game, resulting in 8 points for Clippers. They had 13 miscues, leading to 18 points from the Pelicans. 39 of the Pelicans' 46 field goals came from an assist. Anthony Davis scored 31 of his 41 points in the first half, including 19 in the third quarter. During that frame, he shot 7 of 12 from the field, including 4 of 5 from downtown. Trailing from 49 to 48 with 5:34 remaining in the second, New Orleans closed the half on a 19-3 run to take a 15-point advantage in the halftime. Then trailing 98-82 early in the fourth, the Clippers went on a 26-8 run to take the lead down to 2, 108-106, with less than 3 minutes remaining in regulation. Of course, the Los Angeles Clippers pushed their advantage to 4 points. That was the largest frame of the game. With 2:05 left in the fourth quarter, Sweet Lou Williams went on that layup, but New Orleans had the game tied with 30 seconds thanks to Anthony Davis, who connected on the layup and then intercepted the pass from Lou Williams and hit an 11-point bank shot, even the score at 113 with 116 remaining, and then a third Anthony Davis field goal as many possessions down the floor gave the Pelicans the lead for good. Through the final 2 minutes of regulation, the Pelicans outscored the Clippers on a 12-3 run. During that span, New Orleans was a perfect 3 of 3 from the field and 6 of 6 from the free throw line. That win, of course, snapped an 8-game road losing streak to the Clippers, with that last win prior to coming back, I think it was in November 26th of 2012. Now, that was a mouthful. DC, thoughts on the Clippers, the Pelicans win over the Clippers?
Man, it was just missing one thing for me, man. I wish it was an ABC game so I could hear Mark Jackson go, bang! Mama, there go that man again, because AD went nuts.
Yeah,
he scored 31 points in the second half, man. I mean, that's insane. And most people don't even realize that the whole second quarter, he sat out maybe like 8 minutes or so of the second quarter because he got banged on the hip by DeAndre Jordan, and they kind of banged him up again. And he went to the back, and rumor has it, and he actually came out and said it was true after the game. DeMarcus Cousins tapped AD, and he said, hey, if you don't go back out there and play, let me borrow your Achilles. He went back out there and went crazy, man. We only made one mistake this game. Turnovers were down. We had 39 assists. Jrue Holiday had 17 assists. It's just a crazy, crazy game. But we let them creep back into the game in the fourth quarter. That's pretty much the only negative I could say about it. But as you can see, you watch that game, AD and Jrue Holiday took it to another level at the end of the game to make sure they won, man. Jrue Holiday sealing the deal, which wasn't in the report.
Right. So
Jrue Holiday sealed the deal with that last play, stripping, I think, Lou Williams.
We got
couldn't even get a shot up.
If you look at the game in the fourth quarter, the Pelicans pretty much controlled this game all the way into the fourth. When they allowed the Clippers to come back into it, they scored 34-24 in the fourth quarter. Clippers won that quarter by 10 and made a game of it before AD was able to step up and shut the game, seal the win for the Pelicans. Here's Anthony Davis now as he chimes in on his thoughts post game.
Hey, AD, real quick, let's talk about how you feeling after you took that hit in the first half, coming out in the second half and bouncing back.
It was sore. Got hit in the ribs, but knowing the position that we're in, I want to go out there and do whatever I can to help the team. I see Jrue took over when I was out, and I just want to come in and finish the game. So DeMarcus told me halftime, he said, hey, you want to go back in, let me get your Achilles. So I want to go out there and just do whatever I can to help the team.
Yeah, talk a little bit more about that hot streak that you guys on. What's been clicking for you guys?
We playing defense. Like I said, it's the West. We know what position we're in. We know we got to go out there and compete every night. This feels like a playoff game. One of the potential playoff matchups that we can possibly be with. And as far as our team, we're just playing defense. We don't want to slide. We know you lose a game in the West, you can go from 30 to 10. So we want to make sure that we keep the streak going.
As a leader of this ball club, how important was it for you to come back out here and impose your will on the game in the fourth quarter particularly?
Oh, very important. Those are times where, the great players step up and take over games. And, that's what I want to do. Just make sure that I get good looks, and either for myself or for my teammates. And we was able to come out and get this win against a great team.
You're a great one, young brother. Take care.
Thank you.
Guys?
Thanks, Corral. Incredible performance. You saw Anthony Davis with the 41 points there, along with 13 rebounds. Let's not forget, though, Jrue Holiday, 19 points, 17 assists as well. Didn't shoot it well, but he had a huge impact on the game. And, guys, this team now 9 straight wins. Your thoughts about what type of threat they pose if they're able to hold on and get in the postseason?
Well, if you look at this team right now, they're able to get up and score with the best of them. Yes. They're young guards. I mean, Holiday, Rondo, veteran guard. Their chemistry right now is clicking. And then you got one of the guys that pretty much is fighting with James Harden for the MVP race. AD, he was incredible tonight, scoring in a variety of ways. So, man, very talented team right now. And a great team, and Gentry's doing a great job of coaching them.
And I like the fact
Anthony
that
Davis talking about the Pelicans, how they playing ball in this 10-game winning streak right here. That was against the L.A. Clippers, of course, 121-116. Anthony Davis, 41 points, 13 rebounds, 4 blocks, 3 steals in 37 minutes on 17 of 31 shooting. Jrue Holiday was the second man, 19 points from Jrue Holiday, 17 assists in 36 minutes. And then, of course, you had Rajon Rondo, who was close to a triple-double in that. Actually, we was 13 points, 9 assists as Rondo played in 29 minutes of action. So still in all, this team is continuing to play well. Nikolai Mirotic off the bench gave him 13 in a struggling effort, but still 13-7. He's so impactful. Even when he isn't, he still is. But we're able to get the win over the Pelicans. Over the Clippers. Let's listen to what Jrue Holiday had to say before we close the deal on this game.
It's part of the game. There's ups and downs. There's been plenty of times this season where we've been up like that, or we're on the other end of that, and we came back and fought back to either win or lose. But it's part of the game. Down the stretch, they played really, really well and gave themselves a chance to win.
What do you think of just the last few minutes? I mean, the game overall for AD, but the last few minutes, just the shots that he made crunch time that allowed you guys to win again.
Do I have to thank Anthony again? Like that? That's why he's here. To make the big shots, especially down the stretch. That's why he's an all-star player. That's why he's the leader of our team. And he calls for it. He wants it, especially down the stretch today. So it was man, we just lucky to have him on our team, right?
Sure. You struggled with your shot today, but you handed out a career-high 17 assists. What were you seeing out there that allowed you to just still feel like that?
Open players. Seeing some open players, and they were knocking down shots. I do think that they were either trying to trap or hedge on me, try to get the ball in my hand. So why not pass it?
You was a rookie and you were in Philadelphia with Lou, and defending him on that last play hadn't been familiar.
That's Jrue Holiday, fans. Talking about the game right there. Jrue Holiday talking about what the Pelicans needed to do and how they've been playing. And, of course, he put it all on the hefty shoulders of Anthony Davis is the bottom line. That's what it comes down to, put it on Anthony Davis's shoulders. Now, moving forward, we're going to talk about the Kings matchup. We've got a few minutes before we go into our first break. We're going to talk about the Kings. The Pelicans matched up against the Kings next. And the Kings was also a very difficult matchup for the Pelicans insofar as the Pelicans did knock off this team. And, of course, they were not looking for one of those traditional trap games. They were able to beat this team by 13, but the Kings made a run forward, even though they were a terrible team overall, but they were able to make a run in this game. Looking at some of the statistics behind this 114-101 win that got the Pelicans the 10th win on the season. They finished the game shooting 56% from the floor on 47 of 83 shooting, 42% from three-point range at 11 of 26, a perfect 9-9 from the free throw line. Notice the fact that the referees only let them go to the line 9 times in that game. Totally stupid.
Right.
In the first half, New Orleans shot 56% from the floor, 45% from the three-point line, while holding Sacramento to a measly 35% from the field and 23% from deep. New Orleans led from the 6:25 mark in the first quarter all the way down. Sacramento's largest lead was just 2 points, while New Orleans' largest was 23. And they did let them back into a degree, trailing by 18 points, 87-69, with 10:50 remaining in the regulation. The Kings cut the deficit to single digits with 3 minutes remaining by way of a 25-16 run, but the Pelicans quickly pushed the lead back to double digits. Holiday and Mirotic combined for the final 11 points with under 3 minutes remaining in regulation. Now, this is also the game when Anthony Davis went down in the third quarter. Big ups to Nikolai Mirotic, who carried the Pelicans. He had 26 points and 10 rebounds in this game. Jrue Holiday stepped up major league. 2, he had a really big 3-point shot down the stretch and a really super huge steal where he ripped the ball out of a offensive player, Sacramento King player's hands to really kind of put this game in way of the Pelicans. Now, we about to go into our break. When we come back, we're going to play some interviews here from Nikolai Mirotic, L. Gentry, and also I think we have one here from we're going to let AD chime in too on his injury. And it's been a great and beautiful 10-game winning streak. It's just awesome. Loving it. Right. So this is awesome. It's beautiful. We're loving it. When we come back on the break, we got those interviews coming up, and we got the rest of our topics. AD's MVB talk, L. Gentry's credit, Jrue Holiday's outworldly play, Nikolai Mirotic's perfect fit in the system. All those great topics, plus the preview of the Washington Wizards game Friday night in the Smoothie King Center. All that on the other side of the break. You're listening to the Pelican Post Game Report on the PRO Media Network. Still with us.
Get all the latest news and updates from your New Orleans Pelicans at the Pelicans Eye View, the new and official Pelicans Daily Journal, covering everything Pelicans. Attention, everyone. Get breakdown on games, free agent signings and potential moves, unbiased opinions and straight up facts with statistical analysis from G Balance. Go to www.thesportsdaily.com/Pelicans-I-View.
I'm a Saints and Pelicans fan, so the only podcast I can get my fix is The Sports Coma with Big Q. The guy's intense, funny, and they always keep it real.
Check out The Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys.
What's up, sports world? This Big Q from the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys. Talking to you about the website, theposhlifestyle.com. That's right, theposhlifestyle.com. A great website where you can get great products at great prices. They sell organic herbs, vitamins, supplements, water filters for your home, EMF and cell phone radiation protection, healing magnetics and healing crystals, personal protection devices like cell phones, stun guns, and mace sprays, organic deodorants, shampoos, soaps, toothpaste, and more. They also sell 10A grade Brazilian hair. 10A music is available now. All kind of the latest downloadable mixtapes. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to theposhlifestyle.com. That's the Posh Lifestyle, life spelled with a Y, LYFE style.com. Put in the Sports Coma for the 10% discount on your purchase. It's a win-win. So get your mind and body right with the Posh Lifestyle.
Forget ESPN or Fox. Get straight sports talk from the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys.
You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
All things Pelicans. Yes, we are the Pelican postgame report on the PRO Media Network. We're coming back. We're talking about the Sacramento Kings 114-101 loss to those great Pelicans. Not to mention the fact that AD was lost in the Sacramento game due to a sprained ankle injury that we'll have Anthony Davis to play. We'll play that interview in just a few minutes. And it was a beautiful game, to be quite honest with you. He finished with 17 points, 5 blocks, 5 rebounds in 23 minutes on 7 of 11 shooting. The big dog in this game was Nikolai Mirotic. He finished with 26 points on 10 of 12 shooting, 4 of 6 from downtown, 10 rebounds in 31 minutes. Nikolai Mirotic carried the team with the help of Jrue Holiday, who's been playing outer-worldly. 23 points, 8 assists on the night for Holiday, who shot 9 of 7 from the field, 2 of 5 from downtown in 34 minutes. And, of course, they had help from Etwine Moore, who showed up on 7 of 14, shoot for 15 points, 16 rebounds for Eton. Ian Clark got involved in the action. He had 11 points in 19 minutes on 5 of 11 shooting. So big ups to them. Sheik Diallo throwing 6 points as well. So did Rajon Rondo in 32 minutes, 6 points, 7 assists in the game as the Pelicans were able to get things going in this win. DC, before I play some of the interviews from Coach Gentry and the rest of the guys. Quick thoughts on the Sacramento Kings win.
Scrappy victory, man. AD went down and they played as a team and did all the things they had to do to win. They shot an incredibly high field goal percentage, which I thought was very big pluses. With AD only logging 23 minutes, and he put up 17 points. But honestly, we look at the score, they almost got into the 120s again. It was 114, a little shy of their average, but AD was out. But they won this game on the defensive end. A lot of blocks from AD, and I think it really was contagious to the rest of the team, man. I didn't see a lot of wide open shots, and actually during the streak that's been going away.
All right, fair enough. Here's Al Gentry with his thoughts on the win over the Sacramento Kings.
Oh, I thought we started the game the right way, and then once again, I think one of the things that we've got to get better at is losing our focus at some point in the game because things are going really good for us. And then we get ourselves in a little trouble that way. But, we keep we keep regrouping and finding a way to win, and I guess that's the most important thing. But we keep talking about, if there's a much bigger goal that we're trying to accomplish, and if we're going to do that, we have to play against ourselves, not really play against the other team, but we have to play against ourselves. And if we're going to do that, we got to execute, we got to rebound, we got to, stay focused on defensive assignments and things like that. But, it's a good win. It's on the road. Anytime you can win on the road in this league, I think it's a good win.
Coach, how's Anthony Davis's ankle?
Won't know anything until tomorrow. They took X-rays, but couldn't really.
That's
talk
Coach Al Gentry. Anytime we can get a win on the road, it's a good win. And sometimes we get a little complacent. He didn't use the word complacent, but for lack of better words, I choose to use that word because that sounds a little bit better to put there, that we get a little complacent when we get big-time leads and we allow teams to get back in. Very accurate description. I mean, good call by Alvin Gentry on that. He knows his team. And they do get complacent to a degree, get a little bored, and then allow these teams to sneak back into the game. So let's listen to Nikolai Mirotic, as he chimes in on his 26-point effort to help the Pelicans beat the Kings.
You're in a really good rhythm and you're getting good shots. What did you see out there as far as this whole trip? You've been really good shooting the ball.
First of all, we were great winning all three games. That was the key. I felt really comfortable shooting. I've been taking a lot of extra work to get my confidence back because I was a little struggle in the beginning with my shots. But now it seems that I did get that rhythm, and my teammates did a great job finding me tonight. And it's been fun, especially when you're winning. It's always fun. So I'm very happy about this game tonight.
What did you think about the way that you guys started the game? It seemed like first quarter, you guys set the tone as far as taking control of the game and having the lead throughout the rest of the night.
We did a great job. We knew that it was about us, that we need to set a tone from the beginning, that they needed to call a first time out, and that's what we did. We jumped on them, and especially defensively, because offensively we've been great all last 10 games, scoring a lot of points, sharing the ball. So I think we did step up to date on the defensive court, and the second half, without AD, we knew that we need to do a better job like a team without him, especially in the paint, rebounding that ball. And everybody did something, So I think that's all about the team, and everybody knows what we need to do, and everybody's contributing something.
You just mentioned exactly what I was going to ask you as far as
I knew that you were going to ask me about it, so that's fine.
That's Nikolai Mirotic right there chiming in, y'all. Talking to you about the game, of course, Nikolai put up 26 points and 10 rebounds, along with Jrue Holiday's effort to help propel the Pels past the Sacramento Kings for that nice 114-101 win, 13-point win. Let's move on past this game, DC. This was a nice win for the Pelicans. It got them their 10th straight win. That's the first time that happened since 2011, I believe it was, since the 2011 season. 10 wins, and of course they're going for the tiebreaker against Washington. Let's talk about some off topics, rapid fire.
Well, you gotta let people know that this is the game that they won by 12 points, man. Well, not 12, 13 points. After they barely won the night before. You know, we've always had the nail biter, so let's give them a little credit for actually winning this game in double-digit figures.
I'm kind of used to it, though, because we used to them being up by 20 points at halftime, then allowing teams to sneak back in the game.
Giving it away.
Right, and then coming back and win. It's almost like they testing themselves, almost like they testing to see if they have that great resolve. Like, we be up, okay, we're up, and, you know, to a degree, we're not truly ourselves unless we're being truly tested, unless our back's up against the wall. And they've convincingly come out and met every challenge in terms of that in the last 10-game span. Let's move into some of these topics.
They had a low third quarter, but they
backed
it up with defense. Okay, go ahead. Let's go.
AD MVP talk. Let's get in that rapid fire. The next couple of questions we're gonna hit you with, it's gonna be rapid fire per session. We need to get into get a little closer to the preview. AD MVP talk. What's your thoughts on that? Of course, we had a few people out there finally starting to give his due. If James Harden's one of the guys, they've thrown him in there. LeBron's always in there. Russell Westbrook is another guy some people are throwing there. But some people believe it's all Harden team because the team is on a 17-game winning streak. They're the top team in the NBA currently, so it's hard to unseat Harden in terms of MVP talk. AD MVP talk, what say you?
Very, very simple. Most valuable player. I ain't concerned with the record fully. I mean, I think you got to win the way they put it now, but he's in the playoffs. AD, points, lead on the team. Rebounds, lead on the team. Offensive rebounds, lead on the team. Blocks, leader on the team. Free throw makes and attempts, the leader on the team. He has more 30-point games than James Harden, and he also has 18 games of 30-plus points in 10 rebounds plus in 18 games. And that's including, 8 games of 40 points and 10-plus rebounds in a 50-point game? Come on, man.
It's definitely
I wouldn't be mad if Harden won it, but, I mean, you can't act like AD not right there.
I say he right there. Bottom line, that's my talk. They both right there, but it's just going to go down to the wire. And Harden and AD, the way they playing, it's a toss up either way. To be quite,
they might get to Harden though, because I mean this will be the third time he lost in heartbreaking fashion. Right.
Finally, this is year he gets his MVP. Okay, let's move on to Coach Al Gentry.
He deserved it.
Grandpa Al Gentry, his credit. Now we've lambasted Al Gentry on this show, and we've also given him credit. So let's talk about the credit aspect of Al Gentry. How much of this 10-game winning streak or the excellent play of the Pelicans we can attribute to Al Gentry's input? What percentage would you say?
I say about 40%, man. Al Gentry is his system. They're finally performing it up to the capabilities that he probably sold Dell Demps on. He's doing an excellent job with the staff that he's working with, because obviously everybody's performing. The defense has improved, and we know that's not Al Gentry's job, so give a little credit to them too. But I just see players happy and motivated, and that's, to me, that's the signs of a coach doing his job and leading the team with motivational speeches and stuff that say that he's making and cussing them out. As Jrue
Holiday says, Grandpa Gentry cussed them out
when they're not playing up the ball. So that's good, man. And I like what I'm hearing about Alvin Gentry, and I think he should actually be in the runnings for Coach of the Year.
Good call. I've not heard that.
Running.
That's a good call. Haven't heard that across the league. That no talk of Al Gentry as Coach of the Year. If he could pull it off, that even though I think Mike D'Antoni probably gonna get it with Houston, but Alvin Gentry should be in the top 3. No doubt about it, because nobody foreseen him taking this team as far as he did. A lot of people had the Pelicans written off as an 8-seed team and out the gate. So for all you national televised guys out there talking that mess about the Pelicans and that you built, I still got copies and clippings of what these guys said when the season started about the Pelicans. Some people had the Pelicans as the 9th best team with a healthy AD and DeMarcus Cousins. So say what you got to say, DC, and we'll get into our next topic.
I was saying we had them wrote off ourselves after DeMarcus Cousins went down. We thought they probably could still get into the playoffs, but I didn't see any reason why they should keep winning if we probably could have got a better draft pick.
Right.
But I'm glad they didn't listen to us.
Good. Well, and then that mattered anyway. But let's talk about Jrue Holiday. Jrue Holiday, his clutch players really helped carrying the team in the absence of DeMarcus Cousins. And, of course, to be quite honest with you, the team kind of remade itself after the DeMarcus Cousins trade, shipped a bunch of players out, brung a bunch of players in, gave people chances that didn't have chances. Well, they have chances a long time. DeAndre Liggins, Walter Lemon Jr., Emeka Okafor, then Nikolai Mirotic comes in. This is a totally different team what it was before the DeMarcus Cousins injury, and they are a better team because of it. With that said, let's talk about Jrue Holiday's clutch performance among that since the DeMarcus Cousins injury. What's your thinking on that quickly?
I think Jrue Holiday stepped up to the plate, accepted the challenge, man, and knocked the ball out the park. He's done everything you pretty much could expect of a starting shooting guard or point guard in the league, and I can't name 5 players playing better than him at his position right now.
Most improved player this year?
Most improved player by far.
Okay.
Who else could you put there other than him?
I would say Lou Williams, but then I would say Lou Williams would be the sixth man of the year.
He should be the sixth man of the year. Lou Williams was doing what he does even last year. But this guy, man, he should possibly be an all-star at the level he's playing. If he was playing like this maybe 10 or 15 games before the All-Star game, he probably would have been an All-Star over the guy from Miami. He's definitely playing way better than him right now.
Yeah, Zoran Dragic. Let's move on. Nikolai Mirotic. His acquisition since the Pelicans got him. Nikolai Mirotic is absolutely a tremendous acquisition for the Pelicans. Almost makes me forget the fact that the Pelicans traded 2 draft picks with Amir Osik to finally get Osik out of here to get a contributor player.
We traded 2 draft picks for Nikolai, man.
That's how we should look at it, right? And a big funky contract to go with it. But let's talk about his perfect fit for the Pelicans quickly. Nikolai Mirotic's fit perfect. I often seen him as some people say he's like a Ryan Anderson that can play his defense. That's interesting.
I think that is a disservice to Nikola. Not that Ryan Anderson is a horrible player. But
no, offensively,
he's a lot more. Offensively, he's a lot more than a sharpshooter, a 3-point guy. I see Nikolai going to the goal. He has a very unique style with his layups, that European Euro style. He has teardrops and bank shots. He has post moves, a lot of stuff I never saw from Ryan Anderson. So he's a totally different player, and he actually can pass. He lets the guards do what they do most of the time, but you see Nikolai every once in a while, he'll throw a pass in there when Rondo calling for the ball. He get it into the post to AD real nice.
Yeah, and I also like how he doesn't have any apprehension about pulling up and taking that freaking shot in your face. I mean, you could be marching at him. He's still going to pull up and take that shot. I just love that confidence to get that shot off. Let's move on to the next topic. AD's injuries. AD injury, he got dinged up in the game against the Kings. Of course, he left the game, I think, toward the end of the third quarter, not to return as the Pelicans stepped up and said, don't worry, AD, go ahead and rest yourself. We got you. And it went on to get the 13-point win over Sacramento. AD's injuries. Let's let you hear from AD himself about the injury. Here's Anthony Davis.
Feel fine, but go have the team doctor take a look at it tomorrow and go from there.
You stayed in the game initially when it happened. You were able to stay in it. Did you not think it was as bad? Did it not hurt initially as bad and it got worse? Or?
I mean, anytime you twist the ankle, it hurts, especially when you come out somebody's foot because you really don't have no protection. So it was sore. And I seen Rondo saying take a foul. I was just taking a foul, and I saw a check going to the table to come get me. So, just wanted to make sure everything was fine.
Is it any better since then? Is it worse? Is it about the same?
It'll be all right.
I'm not sure how much you got to see of the end of the game, but after you hurt your ankle, but
Jrue took over.
What's that?
Jrue took over.
Yeah, that's right. I was going to ask you as far as just what he did at the end of the game.
I think somebody made him mad. That's what he was saying. And he took over the game. Nigo hit some big threes. Twine some big shots. But even though we won, we got to do a better job of playing better. We didn't play well at all. We can do that against teams like this. But, to better ourselves, we have to do a better job, at least when I was in there, to make sure that, we execute our game plans and, don't play down to the level of our competition. We went out there and thought it was going to be an easy game. This team's always going to fight. They always fight. They beat us twice, and they're going to fight no matter what.
That's Anthony Davis, man, talking about that injury and, of course, other things as well. That's the information that we currently have right now, that the x-rays were negative, of course, and it's just a sprain. But they are listing him as doubtful for the Washington Wizards matchup. So we'll just have to monitor and maintain and see what's going on with that. And let's do one more topic here, DC, before we get into our preview aspect of the show. No national chat. Well, not no national. Let's say low national chat on the New Orleans Pelicans. Some people have a few little one-liner things, cutesy stuff to say about the Pelicans, Anthony Davis. But no national respect to that degree. What's your thoughts on that?
I think the Pelicans should actually watch TV, and they should pay attention to that, so they know that nobody's taking them serious, and everybody thinks it's just a spike or a blip on the radar, and you're gonna fall back down and slide down the rankings. I think they should take heed to that, and they can use that as fuel or motivation to perform to their best, man, because nobody believes in them still. They think this is a aberration.
Yeah, they do, and we've made rebuttals, of course, to Stephen A. Smith's no expectation of the New Orleans Pelicans, that they're not going anywhere. We personally at the Sports Coma made rebuttals to it. You can check it out on our YouTube page. Please share it around as well. We also rebutted Skip Bayless' mindless thoughts about Anthony Davis being overrated. We bashed him on.
You could
one
just
as
play
well,
his
so.
own clips against himself.
Right.
Man.
So it was a really good. The video guys did an excellent rendition of it. That, and put it together, showing his hypocritical thoughts, how he hated on LeBron all those years. Even though LeBron the champion, his clown still hating on him. Good job on the video end. But anyway, let's move it to the preview aspect. The Washington Wizards come to town to the Blender to Smoothie King Center to face off with the boiling hot New Orleans Pelican team. Now, New Orleans is currently riding a 4-game losing streak against Washington and have lost 11 of the last 12 meetings with the Wizards. Let's make that clear, y'all. They're riding a 4-game losing streak against Washington and have lost 11 of 12 against this team. In their first game of the year in Washington, New Orleans only held the lead once by 2 points, while Washington led by as many as 25 points. The Pelicans came back to tie the game in the third after erasing the deficit, but then remember that's when the Wizards then went on a 28-3 run to close the deal. In the first meeting of the season, Anthony Davis put up 37 points to go with 9 rebounds, while DeMarcus Cousins added 26 and 13. Jrue Holiday had 13 rebounds, 13 rebounds, and 6 rebounds and 5 assists, 13 points, 6 rebounds and 5 assists. In one game against Washington early this season as a member of the Bulls, Nikolai Mirotic, he put up 21 points, so hopefully he can do the same thing. He grabbed 4 rebounds, handed out 4 assists. All 5 starters for the Wizards finished in double figures, led by Bradley-Beal, who scored a team-high 26 points. He went ballistic in that game with 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and we did that late, matter of fact. John Wall finished with 18 points, 10 assists, and 8 almost a triple-double, 18 points, 10 assists, and 8 rebounds for Wall, who will not be in this game. Also, it always be that guy that just comes out of nowhere to kind of abuse the Pelicans. Like when it was the Clippers, it was the guy off the bench. I can't even think of the man named Harrell, or whatever his name is. Montrezl Harrell came off the bench, did what he did. Same thing happened with Buddy Hield last night against the Sacramento Kings. Came off the bench, put 20 points up. Who gonna be the next come off the bench
Buddy Hield is actually
to do it? Mike Scott scored 24 points off the bench for the Wizards the first time they match up. Of course, Al Gentry is 6-11, 59% against the Wizards. All-time, Scott Brooks 8 of 9 all-time for New Orleans. Now, DC, you heard my breakdown here. Talk to me who wins this game and why.
I'm not jumping off the Pelicans bandwagon. Just the way I wasn't jumping off of it when it was doing the hokey pokey. They win a game, lose a game. I see them continuing to ride this wave. I'm not fully sold on AD not suiting up for this game. It's a Wizards team that they haven't been able to beat for a while now. They embarrassed us last time. Even if Anthony Davis doesn't play, I think the Pelicans are motivated to beat the Wizards team Remember, without John Wall.
They're without Wall. Bill has been on another level. The team been playing a lot better since Wall's not there, to be actually honest. Let's look at some more statistics to give you more further. The Wizards are 37-28. They've won. They was on a 3-game losing streak to Golden State, Toronto, and Indiana. They beat the Miami Heat 117-113 in overtime. They're 37-28 at the top of the Southeast standings. And then you look at the New Orleans Pelicans at 38-26. Top players for the Wizards are Bradley-Beal, averaging about 23.5 points a game. Gortat is the top rebounder, about 8 rebounds per game. And Bradley-Beal is also the top guy with points, 23.5, and he also the top assist man too, with almost 5 a game. Of course, Anthony Davis is the man across the board. John Wall is predicted as being out, as the Pelicans average 112.5 a game while giving up 111. The Wizards average 107 while giving up 105.5. I agree with DC. Ride the hot hand. Although I'll put it to you like this, I'm gonna put a caveat on it. The Pelicans win this game if we can get something out of Anthony Davis. I don't know to be a true test to see if them trying to beat this team without Anthony Davis. Without Anthony Davis' contribution, I think the Pelicans lose this game slightly. Win this game slightly. Without him, I think they lose. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. DC, quickly before we go, you got a few seconds.
I think they win this game. AD suits up for nothing more than at least motivation. Go out there, give them 10, 20 minutes or so. I think they take it.
Thanks for listening to the Pelican Post Game Report tonight. Peace, and we'll holler at you later.
ESPN or Fox. Get straight sports talk from the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys.
What's up, world? This is DC from the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys. Have you ever been sitting in front of your computer screen, or in traffic, tired, lacking energy, feeling drained? Did you know there are electromagnetic fields or EMF waves all around you that cause this disease? Get it? Dis-ease? Luckily here at Posh Lifestyle, you can get your EMF protection. They have pendants, the shell-dyed bricks, cubes, and pyramids. Check out the PoshLifestyle.com. That's life spelled with a Y. PoshLifestyle.com for all your health needs. So get your mind and body right with a Posh Lifestyle.
Clear, clean, great-tasting filtered water. We're all thirsty for it. But in the U.S. alone, an estimated 2.5 million plastic bottles are added to the environment each year in search of the perfect drink of water. There has to be a better solution, and there is. Crystal Quest, a leader in the manufacturing of water filtration technology, has been providing clean, drinkable water for 20 years. With a deep commitment to providing the highest quality products and excellent customer service, Crystal Quest has been recognized by such leaders as Consumers Digest, Dr. Oz, and Colin Ingram's The Water Drinking Book. Providing cost-effective, reliable water filtration systems for residential, commercial, and industrial customers worldwide. Offering our customers the cleanest and most environmental-friendly drinking water at a rating of high purity. With Crystal Quest's water filtration technology, you can rest assured that your water will be crystal clear. Contact our network of authorized distributors and join our thousands of satisfied customers.
Just log into thePoshLifestyle.com. Once again, that is thePoshLifestyle.com.
You're listening to the Pelicans Post-Game Report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
In today's world, children are bombarded with negativity on television, online, and at school. Our kids need to have a positive outlook on life and the world around them. I want to share with you a valuable resource you can use to bring positivity into your child's life. It's the new book, 101 Powerful Children Affirmations, a guide to positive child self-image, from author and dad, G.J. Barabino. This is a simple guide loaded with wonderful and inspirational inspirational affirmations designed to uplift young people's spirits. This positive and powerful children affirmational is chock full and loaded with wonderful inspirational sayings that will lift your child's self-image to whole new levels through the awesome power of spoken word. 101 Powerful Children Affirmations, a guide to positive child self-image from author and dad G.J. Barabino. Available on Amazon. Order a copy for yourself, your child's teachers, or anyone you know with children. 101 Powerful Children Affirmations, a guide to positive child self-image. Order your copy today.